Hi, it's me. I'm back with another video. In this one, I thought I would share with you my baby journal. And if you're anything like me, you love a chunky journal, and I can tell you, this is a chunky journal, and it's not even finished. So, you're in for a doozy. No, anyway, this is my pregnancy and baby journal. So everything Ollie related is in here, and it's glorious, and I wanted to share it with you because I did a little bit of research before I started this when I was first pregnant, and it was really hard to find anything kind of baby journal related. There were a few videos, but not very much. So anyway, I thought I'd just get mine out there. Hopefully it will help anyone who's pregnant or looking to document this journey. Hopefully it will help you with some ideas. Anyway, let's get into it. This is I don't know how to pronounce it, to be honest, the Moleskine Baby Journal. Yeah. It comes with a little cover, but I have since thrown that away because it's never going to fit in there again, so there's no point in me having that. But anyway, let's get into it. So, oh my god, I didn't realise how warped that front cover is. Okay, I've just got a little bit of card here because in here I took progress photos and I've put them in here, and I'm, half naked in my underwear. I don't know that I want that out on the internet, so I'm just going to cover them up. And you can just imagine. Well, actually, don't do that. Don't imagine me half naked. That's weird. Anyway, this is the first page. So this is we're having a baby. I've got my little pregnancy test there, and this is my Facebook announcement photo that I put up. I thought I would put that in there. It's a lot of writing. I wanted to document everything. I wanted to document how we found out, when we found out, what I was feeling, what we were doing, everything. So there's a lot of writing in this journal, a lot. So yeah, that's that page. Let's see if we can do this without having to move. Oh, we can, kind of. All right. And then we've got pregnancy at a glance. So I've just got every month of the year, little monthly spread, and I've got a key down here. So it's probably a little more information than you want to see, but I've tracked down when my last period was, ovulation, conception, expected period, due date, midwife appointments, hospital appointments, doctor appointments, and over here we've got the date of the gender reveal, baby shower, when I had scans, when I stopped working, I think that's what that means, work dates, when I first took the test, when I felt the first kick, and these last three, contractions, hospital, gave birth. I was expecting that these three would be on at least 2 separate days, but they weren't. It all happened in one morning, so I haven't put those in, but that was June, the 17th of June. This is when that all happened. So yeah, that's pregnancy at a glance. I really like that. I kind of wish that I didn't use the brown paper because I can't see the colors very well, but there is pre-made stuff in this journal, so I've had to cover it up with paper. So okay, and then here I've got fundal height measurement. So they usually did this at the midwife's appointments. not so much the GP appointments. And they were pretty slack with it too. Like I had to, it probably doesn't matter much, but I just wanted to do it more as a keepsake. So I kept having to like ask them, oh, what's my fundal height? What's my fundal height? Because they're supposed to write it down in this little journal that they give you, but they never did. It's really annoying because I wanted to track this stuff. So I was probably that annoying first time mum who's like, what's everything? I need to know. And then here I wanted to do a weight tracker, which you might think you don't want to know how much weight you gain, but it is pretty cool to see how much weight you gain. I started off at 75 kilos and I went up to 96. Now that is a lot. I don't know about other women, but like I did gain a lot in this pregnancy. And it's pretty much all baby, because as soon as I had him, I lost 13 kilos and then I just kept losing weight. So it's just pretty cool to see what your body can do. And not to get too hung up about gaining weight when you're pregnant, because it's just going to happen. And some pregnancies you'll gain a lot and some pregnancies you'll gain not very much. All right, and then here, these were just the graphs that were already in here. I have actually completely forgotten to fill it out. Looking at it now, but yeah, it's got length age for boys, birth to 2 years, and then the next one is like girls, and then over here is weight age for boys, and then the next page would be for girls, but of course I've covered that up because I have a boy. Alright, and then here I've done a pregnancy symptom tracker, and then I've split it up into trimesters, so trimester 1, 2 and 3, and I was basically a tick box, and I wrote down every symptom that you can get while being pregnant and just ticked it off as I went along. And then pregnancy milestones, so when I took a test, my first appointment, first ultrasound, finding out the gender, first aversion, first craving, first gift, first kick, started showing, hearing the baby heartbeat, first childbirth class and baby shower. Alright, and then as I said, that's the weight. Alright, and then this is like the kind of gender reveal page. So these were my ideas for names. You can probably tell that I kind of wanted a boy and didn't, yeah. I don't know why, I was just convinced that it was a boy. I don't know how to explain it. It just didn't feel like a girl. But yeah, ideas for names. It's actually funny. Throughout the entire pregnancy, I was calling him George. I was convinced I was going to call him George. But then when he came out, he just was not a George. He was an Oliver. And that was down the list. He was none of these. He was Oliver. So, just funny. And yeah, I had fun here. I just found all my blue scrap papers and just stuck them together. Alright. And then this is another of the pages in the book, Windows of Achievement. I don't really look at that, to be honest. Milestones, they happen when they happen. Alright. Do I have another? No. Okay. So, a lot of these pages are me just putting down like kind of iconic moments for us. So this is like our first scan, and this is just a test. I won't open this because it's got my address and everything in there, so it's probably best not to. But yeah, literally everything that I would get, blood test reports, scanning photos, even photos of just like me being pregnant out in the world. I would print them out and put them in here. This is just a picture of us when we went on a road trip, and I was only, gosh, I can't remember, I was only a few weeks pregnant, and I was feeling so nauseous, and like I'm trying to eat something there, but I was barely holding it down. This is first scan. You know what, these aren't so bad, I'm wearing pants. So yeah, these are just more progress photos, and I would just write down everything that I was feeling, that kind of thing. This is when we went shopping for a cot and a dresser, a baby bunting. And this is the setup when we got it home and set it all up. I'm just talking about it there. Oh, who cares? You can barely see. More progress shots. This is just, we went and did a paint and sip. I think this was for my mum's birthday. And everyone around me was drinking wine and I could not. So that was a bit sad, but it was fun. And I was still feeling like super sick, so I was having to munch on food like every second so I would stop feeling sick. This is just a trip we went on. Feeling cute. I was just starting to show here, and I was wearing a bunch of dresses and my bump was coming through. It was really cool. Halfway party. We didn't actually have a halfway party. It was actually just Australia Day. Australia Day. And we went over to my mum's house. She was having like a make your own cocktail party, and again I could not drink while everyone else was drinking. But that was fun. And this is my second scan. I think this is at 22 weeks. And it's just insane how much they grow in that time. Like, you look at him now, he's got a face, he's got, a body, nose, mouth, feet, bum. You can't see it on the camera, but I can see it. It's just crazy how they come from just this little bean into a person. This day I had to get a blood test because I fainted at work. And this is just more pictures of my belly and the things that I could do with it. It just became a shelf, really. This was Valentine's Day. We just went on a little trip. More progress photos. All the clothes that we got. We were lucky enough to have a lot of older siblings who had already had babies and have kept all their clothes, so we really didn't have to buy much clothes for Ollie, which was awesome. And then I made a spread for things I made. I made him this crochet blanket, and I also made like a painting of a eucalyptus branch to put in his room. Progress photos. This is all stuff baby shower, so like receipts, the invitation that I made, and all the games that we had. I've just made like a little makeshift pocket. Get back in there. Okay, we'll deal with that later. I just made like a little makeshift pocket and put all the stuff in there. And then these are all the photos that I printed out. Baby shower. And this was a game that we had at the baby shower, Guess the Baby Statistics. It was a really massive poster, so I couldn't fit it in here, so I thought I'd just make a little spread for it. And it is so funny to look back on and see how close some people were. My mum actually kind of won. She guessed the 17th of June, which was when he was born, 2:30, which was when my contractions started, but no one was anywhere near the weight. He was 9 pounds 3 ounces, I think. He was a big baby. And he was 54 centimeters, so my mum got that again. She was on the ball. But yeah, basically anything pregnancy related, anything I did throughout my pregnancy, places I went, baby shopping, this is all receipts. I would just put it in here. I'd make little envelopes and I'd put them in here. Scans, this is all just like reports from doctors and stuff. My last day of work, I got a bunch of presents from everyone. And this is what I looked like. And this is just basically a 1 month until the due date spread. To-do list before baby arrives. Hospital bag, Jake's bag, baby stuff still to get. We did a hypnobirthing course, which it was really helpful to learn kind of the physiological birth. To learn about all the hormones and everything that happens during pregnancy. I don't know that I would recommend actually going to the course because it cost a lot of money, and it was pretty much stuff that you could learn from like YouTube, Instagram, even just practicing meditation and breathing. You kind of get the same out of it. I did enjoy it, but it was a lot of money to spend, and the hospital actually has a course that they give first-time parents, and that was basically the same thing. They basically told you all the same stuff, and it was condensed into like half a day. So yeah, it was good, but at least in my birth experience, it all happened so quick, and it was all so intense that I wasn't able to use any of the kind of techniques that I learned, because all I could do was just breathe. That was it. That's all I had the mind space for. Alright, and then this is like hospital stuff. I ended up having to get another scan a few weeks before my due date because he was measuring very big. My fundal height was measuring quite large, so they just wanted to make sure everything was okay. Everything was fine, he was just a big baby. We got a new car, last bits of shopping, gosh, getting so big. Hospital outfits that I picked and packed, ready to go. So I had my cart all ready, we had the car packed. This is probably like a week before, I'd say. Then I did a little maternity shoot with my mum and my husband, of course. This was the last kind of pictures of the nursery. We ended up putting floorboards in. We did have carpet. We put floorboards in. 38, 39, 40. This was because they really recommend eating medjool dates, a lot of them per day. I think it's like 6 a day, a few weeks before you give birth. I think from like 36 weeks possibly. Can't remember. But I hated them. I could not stomach probably more than 2 a day. I just did not like them. So I found this fudgy date brownies recipe, and I tried to put heaps of dates in there so I could more so taste the chocolate and not so much the date. But this was really nice, that's why I wrote it in here, because I thought I would share it or just keep track of it. And then I decided to do a family tree. This is where the name for George kind of fell off, because I was learning from my mum that we did actually have 2 Georges in the family, and they both died very tragically and very young. And I was like, ew, that's bad juju, I'm not having that. So that was half the reason we changed. And then I did these after I gave birth, obviously, because it's the birthday. So top music charts and headlines on the day. And then I did a page for he's here. And this is the little card they put in his little bassinet thing at the hospital. This is my birth story. I wrote it all out so I wouldn't forget. And then I just wrote about our time in hospital because he was quite a big baby. I think he was over the 90th percentile, so they had to do all these extra tests. And he was also jaundiced. He had jaundice. So he had to have a few treatments while he was in hospital. So we ended up staying 3 nights. So I was just writing all about that. And then from here, I do a kind of recap for every week. So this is week 1 once we were at home, and then I just print out some photos, my favorite photos for the week. So I have done that all the way up to, what are we now? Week 34. I've done that up to. So I don't know how long I'm going to keep it going. It is a lot to do per week, but I think I might keep doing it for the first year, and then after that, I don't know, see how I go. But there's so many milestones that he's going through, and I just want to keep track of them all. In here, I've just propped down like little memorabilia. This was the first time we went out and got my mum to babysit. I wrote down like a little manual. I think my mum rolled her eyes at me, like, yes, I've looked after babies before, but you know. And then this is his first Christmas. I tore up bits of his presents and put them in here so I could look back on them. These are also we went and got Santa photos. I kept that in there. Extra photos from Christmas because he's just too cute. And then in here, this is from the clinic. This is just like my appointment card. And here I've just written down like things that he loves, like his favorite books, his favorite soft toys. That's kind of it. That is all we're up to at the moment. So yeah, it's a bit of a chunky one. It's a very chunky one, but I love it. This is like my favorite thing that I've done. Even now, I just love looking back at all the pregnancy stuff. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it kind of inspired you to make your own baby journal for when the time comes. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.